Boys are Zimbabwe. Tifare Chitamande. Gasiri behind it. From Kotu Harare. Dipe Sadza. Mube Badza.
Hey. Tipe Sadza.
Are you Sadza Momo? Sadza Rich Munya. No, Sadza Rega and
my barracks.
Nicholas.
What?
I wanted to taste. What was that?
Barracks. Soldier barracks. Don't you know what soldier barracks are?
Please respect my soldier. One's on my accent in my soldier. How they pronounce that.
Barak.
Exactly. Your Excellency. Like, please have that.
Okay, hey guys, welcome back.
Welcome back to Saturday in the morning. Woo!
Yes, new episode.
We genuinely missed you guys.
Yeah, we did.
Sure, because
we really did. We missed wardrobe, yeah, Shaki as well.
Actually, now Shaki knew Zimbabwe, my missed calls. Shaki, can we record? Guys, I'm busy. Guys,
busy now.
I have an interview. Guys, I can't. Guys, Shaki is to blame.
You would have any interview, Shaki.
Saturday.
Shaki
9:30.
Shaki had an interview with BBC.
BBC Radio.
BBC Radio.
Yeah, make sure you clarify that. Voice item. I'm not hating on tech.
Shaki just happened to be the only rapper in Zimbabwe with an internet connection, like in Skype.
Yeah, so they called him up, and they spoke about Zim, man.
Wow.
What a time to be alive.
What a
time. It's been a very interesting 2 weeks.
Kazembe.
I don't know. Let's do a time.
Yeah. Let's do everything in chronological order.
Yes, exactly. So this is for the people that obviously weren't in Zim at the time, and people who didn't know.
We're not.
etc.
We are here for you. This is the People's Podcast.
Exactly.
Podcast.
We're basically just gonna run down what happened.
A concise summary of the day-to-day happenings. Nick.
14 November 2007.
14 November 2007.
That's when Chipanga's statement. The first statement.
No, what did the first statement say? Was that the one?
This was the one when he was saying
to the
day before this. Anachiwenga. Okay, yeah, sorry. So 13 November. Anachiwenga met up.
The generals came out and did a press conference where they basically said,
we will not hesitate
to interfere in the happenings because we don't like what is happening in ZANU. It doesn't stand for the people, and we're going to be taking necessary measures to make sure the things that have been happening don't happen again. And what they were referring to were the Emerson had just been expelled from ZANU-PF, and the first lady was coming out and saying all these crazy things, just denigrated the party.
She was basically putting herself.
Right.
She was basically appointing herself to vice presidency. Let's put it that way.
And so basically what the statement from the general did was it positioned them in terms of just being like the referee of what was happening and saying, okay, we're going to be taking necessary measures, right? It was seen by certain people as a threat. Right? Certain people were like, oh, what did I say? Yeah. Certain people started talking about treason. What, right? And this was all talk. This was, it was a Monday, Tuesday.
I don't know what day it was.
Mangwana Maxen,
yes.
14. Devatamuka.
Chifanga came out with the statement, just in a nutshell, he said, we are prepared to die defending the legitimacy of the presidents. Oh, the real youth are like, we.
What? But you know what's funny? When he said it, did you see the video of my youth achipancha? Hard squat. Oh, vanhu vachisimbi sana. Vanhu vachisimbi sana.
Oh, imagine Chunga's reaction when it's just seeing that kind of statement, Kaka. That alone.
Do you know I've always tried to imagine? I tried to imagine
his face.
And what happened now? The thing that made everything worse was that the entire day there was no official communication from the people of the loudmouth, Farai. Farai newspaper. He was quiet that entire day, exactly. Which was kind of like weird because he's usually. And then later on, man, 8 he comes out with this press statement that was signed off by SK Moyo.
Yeah.
Saying
that's when he was calling treason, right? That's when
Yeah, he was
first-
saying
yeah.
and it was the caption was ZANU PF has spoken.
Yo, you forgot that.
Yeah.
Wait, who said that?
vanongovukura ini ndizete ndivete. No, but that came after.
After the general's presser.
Yeah, that was exactly. That was immediately after.
Oh, okay.
That was
Okay.
immediately after,
Okay.
and then the official, like the signed statement saying the general wasn't speaking on behalf of the army and whatnot. Like I remember even in the WhatsApp group that statement caused like it shifted things, because I remember even in my WhatsApp group people were saying, one of my homies was like, the general's position is untenable. It was the first time I've actually come across that word. But basically, what he was saying was, the general atopinzwa mubox. I remember thinking to myself, Muna aenda kuhondo. Munhu akaenda kuhondo akabata gidi ne-anti-air.
After that
He's going to
statement,
be atachidzirwa nebepa.
after that statement, I bet you, they were playing. You know, there's my loudspeaker. Kuma soldier. They were playing Nema. Yeah, XQ after that press statement.
Vanoreva nema.
But he's a few of my tanks.
Because but see, we didn't even know what was happening, but things were already in motion.
Already, yeah, exactly.
I remember that's when
Video started.
I remember I went
What's
home.
birthday?
I went home. Kwanga kusina magetsi. Because remember the next morning I came to your house.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what had been happening, but I remember Mkombi ndichiya kumba kwenyu pachiridzwa ngiriyini dzehondo,
Music.
like the music yehondo vachivenga vangatobayira chiflash stick chavo.
Flash the flash okay, let's move on to the 15th of November, because that's when they took over ZBC.
Yeah, but
We're trying to flash a radio because
yeah,
the flash
radio.
ZBC.
Yeah, but all that stuff apparently happened in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Because as soon
Yeah.
after they issued out that general what is speaking on behalf of himself, intana magesi ndamuka nditoona buyana kufa mukomi ndasha. At first I actually wanted to ask Kondani how far, but ndasvika baba nditoona pa TV
Move.
zvatomova.
Yeah, so this brings us to the 15th. Hey, we're moving in order.
Yeah.
We're moving in order. So this brings us to the 15th.
Yeah.
Now on the 15th, early in the morning, that's when General Moyo
Kuzi 3
came out with an iPad. And he basically told the nation that Mugabe is safe.
Yeah.
And the army is here to get rid of
Criminal elements.
Yeah, criminal elements around him.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that was now we could call that day one of now things are getting very interesting, because that's when now the armies, the tanks were starting to appear in town and stuff like that. So that was a very interesting day. That was also the day that Zuma kabudane statement yake condemning the actions of the military.
And I've spoken to
Zuma needs to mind his own business.
akatadza kuti nyara pepe.
He needs to mind his own business.
In the beginning, anyway, things were getting late now. This is the 15th.
Things are now starting to move.
Things were starting to move.
And
Kunzi
actually,
Green.
that evening, Dopakazobudaga Babede, the statement, juice. He came out that evening.
Woo! Comrade Chipanga.
Hashtag this juicy.
Vakazobuda vari humble. Aiwa. Like, if you really watch that video, nokaona kamsodzi kachiruka. Like tumbasera to himself.
How do you think they tortured him? Have you ever heard of my torture tactics on it? Like that side?
No, but
I've heard of one. Can I tell you the one I've heard of? Can I tell you the one I've heard of? Like Zaneta, like go to like a small room, isn't? And so the door in a gap passy, like kwana makonzo type, specifically makonzo.
Yeah.
So what they do is they tie your hands like behind your back, and then they put Vanessa Dovi on your toes,
Shit.
like on your toes like this, and then they just leave you in there. So obviously in the middle of the night makonzo aningache, and then they start nibbling on your toes. Yeah, you can't take them off in anything.
Shit.
So that was actually one of the torture methods I've heard of that
Shit.
they do that side.
No, Inina for Kuza Chipanga, I know they probably have their methods. And
yeah, I think I
know Gucci for Kudza Ishpanga, they did everything. They applied every method because the disrespect. You have to consider Kuti Masoja Vanu and 37 years. Vasna a friendly match. And the only place where they exhibit is, Defense Forces Day. Where they go into the Trufaro Stadium and they station and go put some and green. That's the only time. Like, this was actual combat where they like ride. I know that there is that one captain. He
was like, waiting.
Tanganema double clap. Right. Mfana unoza soga. Hey, ndakuita. Do you know the funniest part? I actually just want to say I have not been coerced. Like, come on.
Right. There's no clear way of saying.
Did you see how fast? I was actually shocked to see him wearing.
First time gap.
That masoja yapa anoenda kutraining the embassy anobva nadzo kumba kasi rakariwa ruma baraki rakagara mpe heaven pane chijuice chiri kulost found
Shame.
And you know,
you're so quiet.
Actually, we're doing it in chronological order.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. So 16th of November 2017.
Yeah.
Now, this is now the tanks. Now they were always
there was a Munasamora. There were 2 tanks.
Yeah. Exactly.
Serugo Parliament Building. There were 2 tanks.
Exactly. On your way to Blue Roof, there was another one.
There was another one.
Yeah.
Strategically.
So
placed.
now they were there.
There were no roadblock.
The 16th now is now the day of social media, the day of FOMO. Pastor E, how can I make myself relevant in this very moment?
I think she had WhatsApp last week. Like, it's now happening without me.
Pastor E got so itchy and so eager that he decided to call a march. And did you actually do it on Facebook or did you actually do it on Twitter?
I think it was a Facebook Live.
Because all I know is
my fellow citizens.
My fellow citizens.
My fellow citizens. My fellow Zimbabweans.
Out my fellow Zimbabweans.
Yeah, my fellow Zimbabweans.
My fellow Zimbabweans. Yeah, I started the speech again. Then all I know is Twitter was like, Shaman, I was like,
no, because the problem with his announcement was then at the time people had very minimal information.
Exactly.
People didn't know who the military was there for.
And to be fair, he was the last person we needed to hear from.
Like, people didn't know whether the military was not going to brush people of Akabudam Street because
No, hey, and also remember, they had called for peace. Because remember that,
exactly.
People were not saying Kuti. The other day was saying Kuti.
Like, no, calm down.
Exactly.
We're going to do this in an
orderly manner.
Yeah.
And then Shakun's handy.
Also, the other thing was, why are we even marching, bruh? The military is there with tanks. What can I do? What can I do?
There was nothing.
My goal is the air march here, Ivan Angasri clearly set out to.
Like I said, he just needed to say something at that time, and he wasn't the only one. But
William Mtu,
the minister of Facebook.
Lumumba. Karabana munakangwarira paduri sewu. Blast Vava.
Lumumba's my favorite. Lumumba puts the L. Lumumba puts the L in peaceful march. That's my boy though. That's my boy.
You can tell, that when he starts lying, Maglaza can't tanga kudona. Utanga kwa kwiza nechini. I was just in a meeting. I was just in a meeting with the generals. Lumumba, wakamira sani. Uri meeting him. Wakamira sani.
Who are you?
Sani.
This generation.
This is the way you were saying, Hansi, if we don't march right now to the State House,
Sunday, guys,
is going back in office. Lumumba Zunizvi.
No muneta.
You know nothing, bruh. Like you know that exactly. No that cocaine yana belama inyaga. A lot of people were sniffing that cocaine. Cocaine yampana chatunga. Alright, munwes I but ku blue roof kwa sniff kwa cocaine. Hata ime I sniff.
Especially Grace. Especially Grace.
Bananguka ndoso ndaka mugrowera cocaine guy but when we are now bana. Ndoso alipana ya makadi.
Yeah, junior, we are now.
Yeah, ikonzongeswa mti because it you can imagine how you remember that speech yeah Grace. We are now masocha. Wow, we are now. They work for my husband. They work for to 16.
Wait, no, this we still on the 16th.
Yeah.
We're still on the social media one.
Yeah.
Because there's a few rogue elements who are spreading rubbish stories during times of need.
Men are trash.
We'll name them.
Men are trash.
We'll name and shame them. Brej Malaba, number 1.
Do not Brej Malaba ndakamu blocker. Ndikamu report as spam. Ndikamu unblock and ndikamu block up foods.
Oh, this guy literally tweets out of his ass. Like I don't talk Kotama. What is that? Phone.
Do.
No.
Brej Malaba. Do you know Brej Malaba was coming out I think on the 16th. Not that could name 3 word sentences. Not that I should breaking news. It is done.
That was what that pissed me off the most. It is done.
And you know at the time people want we need the news. Like every drop like it is Panaga we got done deal.
It must have there's 2 more guys. There's Ali Naka. I don't know if that's 1 word or 2 words.
Ali underscore Naka.
Yeah.
Fake news.
You're another one. You're another rogue element. And what's his name? B Musonza. Another rogue element. Huh? Guys, let's not do that, bro.
I know.
People are really looking for this.
Actually vanhu ivavoga those are vanhu vaifanira ngobati kuti ungoisa pa ini ndine list rangu revanhu varifanira kuiswa muna First Street rema double clap. Just ma double clap yakuti usazipame.
Email yachiwenga tinayo.
Usazipame.
Chamutumira chiwenga email. Tinayo email address yake. Timomuza wati shamana. Pani mafesa wasiya kuno. Anyway, let's move on. 17 November. This is
March.
No, this is the day before the March.
Yeah.
17 November. Like now, this is when people were now like really wondering. What's going on.
What's
people
going
really
on?
thought so there's some stuff going on.
Who called for the March?
It was on this day. It was Mchangwa.
Yeah, Christopher. No.
Yeah. So this was the day that people were asking, "Hey, what's going on?"
And the war vets in the White House press conference.
That's today, Kanem could say.
No, that's the day.
Yeah.
Right.
This is the day. This is the day that this was Mugabe's first sighting since the.
Oh
the tanks thing.
Yeah. That's
Zaenda ku graduation.
Graduation, and people were like, "What the?
What
the
same old?"
No, that fucked people up because
Exactly. Yeah. So he went there to the graduation.
But obviously he was sleeping under like in a different context.
I know. I think now he was starting to rest. Before he was sleeping up, but now he was actually starting to rest proper. But yeah, anyway, so this was the day chairman of War Vets calls for a march to what was it, Zim Gardens? Zim what? I mean, no, Zim Grounds. Yes, Zim Grounds.
Yeah.
And it was also the first time I'd heard of ZANU passing the resolution for Mugabe to step down. That was the first time we had heard about that as well.
Yeah.
This was not the impeachment process. They actually just passed a resolution to tell him to step down. Obviously, as not here. Yeah. So that was on the 17th. Now the 18th, that's when we turned up. That was turn up.
Woo!
Turn up. Woo! 18th is when we took to the streets.
People came out, bruh.
Yeah, well, it was
Maslay Queens.
We were both there.
Maslay Queens. Mbuyane handa kufava chitaura shiwa kuti tino tora seyinyika vakatora ma antidepressants. Like hold up, wait, what the hold up, wait, ma hold up, wait. What? Ma antidepressants.
Slay Queens was slaying on that day.
No, they were slaying. They were slaying. I remember thinking kuti tikatobaranidza tikaunganidza munhu wana akatouya neBryston kana chako panapa vanogona kuti vanazimbabwe vanokangana taunganira ichi unoona munhu akutonyongonya gara taunganira ichi panapa.
But yeah, so
did you see, was your woman crush there? In the streets?
Who's my woman crush?
No, like unique une woman crush akawanda. I'm saying kuti pavari vese was.
I hope so. I hope she was there. I didn't see her.
Protest bay.
No, that was I remember
it was very nice.
And you would look back up and you see the people
There
coming
were so
out.
many people.
Bruh.
So many different colors as well. It was so nice to see that.
Bruh, the last time white people
it was almost exactly like
like the most beautiful thing.
amazing.
The most beautiful thing, just seeing people coming together regardless of like race,
Young and old.
disability, like even the people that couldn't be there were showing their love on social media, posting videos.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And there was a certain slay queen.
You can't call him a slay queen.
Attention seeker, just cheat.
A guy.
Nah.
Continue, go on. Yeah, so there was a guy that did what? Tell the people.
Unoza pane vamwani vekuti vakatoona zvimwe zvinhu zvichipiwa attention kavatonza kutovaviwa same vein yapast I've had. I'm like, how do I redirect this traffic to myself? I remember seeing this picture tiri pakati pekutomacha paipa ndina teach ndina dress. I was a bit shy. Like in between we are taking videos, we're posting in green. Scroll up Instagram, I'm caption, and I'm feeling it in my soul. Picture black and white. Katiye kari pakati kakadona paningini. Vamchengwa baba. Vamchengwa.
Wait, but can I say something in his defense?
Defensive.
Suit up. Listen. I know the guy. Like, I consider him as a friend, you know. And this guy, he's a very passionate person. He's a very passionate guy, you know, like. And so I feel like this moment, him not being there in that moment, yes, that could have been a reason for him to cry. You see. However, I will still give him the L. Because the way you're looking at me, guys, you think I'm not going to give him the L. He still gets the L for posting a picture of himself crying.
With him crying?
Listen.
No, that's not the problem.
Listen. Reacted to how people were using his picture.
No, that's another L.
Posting.
That's posting yourself crying
is an L.
You know
what
what? Us being
Inzwa.
Maybe he's more in touch with
Listen, Inzwa. Did you see how formidable that tear was? Do you know what you cannot? You can buda panze kuchinaya, ukanzi tora picture yemvura. Unoza ukanzi tora picture yemvura. You cannot capture like my raindrops. If you're not a photographer, you cannot capture my raindrops in their formation as a raindrop, properly. Do you know how difficult it is to capture a tear of yourself
as
a selfie?
Remember, his eyes are closed, guy.
As your eyes are closed. Do you know what? My thing is good. Not even that. That cannot happen in one take. And if you're doing 2 takes, to capture that, this is genuine. It's not about the revolution anymore.
Yeah.
Cannot do 2 takes. No, the tea up. It's younger.
Okay, cause you're my guy, bro. But you took several hours, bro.
And then afterwards, he's like, and when they thought you were a fool for expressing yourself, now they are using your picture to express. Baba. What level of self-conceit is that?
That was the third hour that he took. That was the third hour out of what, like 7? I think he got like 7 hours in that one day. But
wow.
Yeah, let's not focus on him. We've got
do
more,
better.
We've got more to talk about. Yes, should we move on to the next day? Anything else about the march? Oh yeah, Sha. Do you know how many times I heard Kutonga Kwaro that day? Oh Lord.
Are you wakuvumera kuti mukudze mkombe is a superstar? Ukuvumera.
Let me say something.
Let's move on.
I don't know what
Ndaramba.
It just so happened that Ja had a good song that went with the movie.
Not a good song.
A good album.
Do you know he has a song on the album that's actually better than kutonga kwaro, they're saying like, yeah. That's specifically from a soldier. Like he knew. I'm pretty sure Japres attends defense like strategy talks.
So far, I don't think I am in my head. I think
Like
he actually has
no, that's a prophet of our generation. Japres are tutorial.
I still think he's whack, but anyway, let's move on to the next day. So the 19th of November.
Wow.
19th of November is the
Sunday.
first time we heard of impeachment.
Yeah, that's the Sunday.
Yeah. This was now ZANU-PF.
ZANU-PF Central Committee.
Yeah, they
met,
called for impeachment and they recalled RGM and our Vice President Mpoko.
and
Mpoko's
Grace
and Grace
Pegezele.
Pegezele, yeah. And
Pegezele Choppies Mpoko.
the most useless vice president. Oh, you know, I still have not heard that man's voice.
You know that
I have not heard that man's voice.
Mpoko, I think it's a conspiracy yangu yekuti akaiswa pepe kuti ango kwidzira stock ye Choppies kuti zvingotanga kopita
That guy spent his entire term at Chingorara Motel and bailing out his homies from Avenue Police Station. Remember that guy Nyakabuda when people were arrested?
Hunu ema MP, like that's power ema MP. As a vice president, unoenda ku police station kuti amas but
Yeah, I know. Mpoko, yeah, Salisbury. But yeah, so 19th, that's when that happened.
but you know kuti vana va Mpoko had not even got into the full swing of, you know, being
I don't even know. Does this man have a family?
No,
Mpoko.
I don't know.
he definitely has. Definitely has.
So
you know,
him and his children
before he was vice president, he was ambassador of
what?
to SA.
Ah.
Yeah. So
I started knowing the guy when he was appointed by
his kids,
That's the first time I heard his name.
vanga get into the full swing of being like political kids. Well, imagine wakujairira kuti ano mutaro wangu
I think we
ndini
should Google.
kobva kwanzi
Should Google his kids.
Maybe.
mudzimi yakamurasha
Wait, what's Google?
mudzimi yaMpoko yakatora ma-leave days akawandisa.
Oh, and on the same day, that was when the press conference happened.
Hey.
No, not the press conference. What would you call it? A press conference?
No,
Mugabe.
but
Mugabe's one.
we thought it was a lot of things, and then
Press statements, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that was the day.
There
that
was a lot of
Mugabe's-
earlier in the day. There had been that recall expulsion from the party, which meant we now had a president who was an independent. So there was when people started hearing there's going to be a press
announcement that night.
Oh,
people were so. You know how excited I was, bro.
Sprocks boy,
excited. We were so excited.
And it was taking so long because remember we went through that
Bona
entire
news.
news hour. That entire
Such a
news.
command agriculture nonsense, whatever.
Bruh, we are now crossing over. Do you know, I knew nothing was going to come out of it when I saw him shaking the hands of the service chiefs.
What did you want him to do?
Have you seen like proper like resigner? Like when he's a munhu resigner press, you know, tangira munhu atori pa mic achitaura. There is no preamble to him shaking Nigirina, and also like Maneru. Like there was it was the formalities on.
Yeah.
If you are resigning, and what will resign, because the assumption is obviously by the time you announce what will
ready,
Nigirina.
yeah, exactly.
Best believe I'm going to give you a code show there is like I and that speech went on pack up food at that 10-minute mark. I was like,
Najamba.
then there was
What's your conspiracy theory to why he didn't resign that day?
I think that they hadn't agreed on something that Mugabe
no.
wanted.
My theory is, first of all, he didn't have the information, the official information that he had been recalled. Like in his mind,
How could he not have it?
He had it, man.
No.
Didn't he mention it at the beginning of that?
no, he didn't. He only mentioned.
He didn't even mention
no,
any-
no, they
He
didn't mention
anything about his party.
And even the party actually said the next morning.
I'm going to the Congress, which I'm
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
preside.
he's going to preside over,
Like
yeah,
the next morning on Monday, that's when the party actually said we have officially communicated,
Oh, okay.
like to the president that he has been recalled.
get
But like the assumption was, obviously he knows, he's been recalled. But even in terms of, I think that guy genuinely thought, he still had
And not even. And another thing was, in order for it not to look like a coup as well, what they had
You can't do it in front of
it would have been too
the
obvious.
company of the general.
It would have been too obvious.
Iweneni tine basa.
Conspiracy yemunhu hanzi anozonzi afosko. Nemapezesa
Yeah.
Apane camera, pane TV.
You know, he was forced.
It's not real.
You thought it wasn't real?
It's under duress. Like,
Did you see Anna Bresh? Did you see Anna Bresh? In the same. Did you see? Unoza zvakatangira pachi. Hanzi the reason vakatangira pakuti hanzi the reason why it's taking so long is because he had a prepared statement and the generals wanted to make sure his resignation speech it tallies to what they want to say, so they're editing it out. The statement is pre-recorded. This was before they had come on. Because the answer, that's the reason why it's taking too long. It's not going to be live. And after manje yaverengwa tanzi asante sana. Good night. Doesn't answer. Pages were missed. You didn't read certain pages. Abisa mama page.
Wakazomdala pakati.
Ndajamba.
Yeah, sorry. Ndajamba. Sorry. Dude, you look Chiwenga. Sorry.
Like I don't know. That was it.
We went through all the motions that night.
Every single one of them. Because
remember that night, the next morning, that's when Patakamuka could use it kune protest.
Yeah.
Papa never use it.
20th. This is the 20th November.
Papa never use it vachita asida kunyora. Obviously apana vangasina kuverenga, but that's not apana vangasina kuverenga for my exams, but that's not, they just saw an opportunity.
They were like, we want to write. They were calling back for Grace's doctorate as well.
Hey, that's a legit ingredient.
That's a legit one. Angekati fees must fall as well. Did you see that paper?
Vafana ku UCT vango.
Aye, waku use Z van.
Vafana ku UCT vari pa long holiday. Va mukita use Z mune mashma issues.
But yeah, that was the 20th. The 20th was rather quiet. Besides that,
no, the 20th was quiet during the day. But remember, at night, ndopakabuda that statement yes ZDF vachiti the Chiwenga pakaunganza vanhu akati we've agreed on a roadmap.
Yeah.
We've agreed on a roadmap, and he called on my students kuti vadzokere vanonyora.
Yeah, that was the
and people thought kuti they meant they were supplementing the previous night's speech here Asante Sana to say kuti president is not resigning. The roadmap is basically ED just coming back as vice president. And people started thinking kuti my favorite rebel rouser Dennis kakuya pa Twitter hanzi we knew kuti ZANU-PF may not maite much. Dennis apedza zuva rese achitsva nezuva akuda kuita vakanga ari kudheni. That's how I knew he was heartbroken.
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking. Because imagine to think
but it was a tough time. It was a tough time.
That was
for nothing. For nothing.
I think I clocked easy 80k just walking mileage yekufamba up and down.
I thought it was going to say 80k money wise. I was like, good day.
If I had clocked 80k, I would be doing this podcast via Skype.
Yeah, exactly.
Nditori kuna Jonathan isho so sipo on Jonathan ari Somalia. Ari mbakwe izvo.
What are Somalia?
Actually, that's another thing in Toshka.
Yeah.
20th was pretty quiet. And
20th pretty quiet. 21st. That morning was when Mugabe called for a cabinet meeting. That morning he called for a cabinet meeting.
Yeah.
And only five of his cabinet members arrived.
Out of 26. That's very poor. Primary ones see me. 1 and 5 out of 26.
Oh, and imagine the disappointment on his face. Oh, that's like someone who says he's gonna bring dages. And he'll bring like 2 dages and 3 of their guy friends. You're like, what was the point? But exactly. So yeah, he called the meeting, that failed, and then that evening. That's
when the impeachment process in Parliament started.
That's when they started rapping proper.
This was the Tuesday.
Yeah.
Right?
And then, this is on the same day. This is the same day. The meeting that ZANU-PF was having was for the impeachment. They were now talking about the process, the road to impeach, basically. That's what they called the meeting for. But then at the beginning of that meeting is when it was announced by the speaker, Kuti Mugabe has resigned. No,
that wasn't ZANU-PF. That was the MPs. I'm talking about That was the MPs. The MPs. The reason why the MPs and they resoluted kuti on the weekend when Mugabe didn't resign during that speech, they were like, okay, aramba resign abachaki, takumvisa by impeachment. But it didn't happen on the Monday because Parliament was not sitting. Parliament sat on Tuesday, which was the 21st, and then Parliament it can't have it didn't the process. Ainakuitika Parliament. They said
the 21st was Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the same thing.
Parliament.
But it wasn't
What is a ZANU meeting?
Oh,
it was the MPs, like everyone.
All right.
Yeah. So they sat in Parliament and then they agreed, okay, impeachment process, they read the guidelines. They said, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We're going to meet, let's meet HICC na 4. Right?
Yeah, and then
HICC manje, in between, like they were busy reading those, what's it called? They were now reading those motions and whatnot, and green people reading.
Yes.
And then I think around 5, that's when the speaker.
I was walking home, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were waiting
We were
to
waiting
record.
to record.
I was walking home, passing the government offices.
Yeah.
When
And
happened?
this dude just jumped out of the was it Parliament? Dude, Ashimanyanga like so.
That moment was
No, that
you can't even describe that.
easily
moment.
the most beautiful moment as a Zimbabwe.
It was incredible. It was incredible. Remember, we took to the streets. We went straight to the streets.
Woo!
Started waving our flag.
Couldn't you 10 minutes
How
later?
did you get your voice back?
Yes, thank you for clarifying that, guys. Can I say something, guys? It was
Where's your
MK
voice?
that lost his voice. It was not me.
People were saying-
Majin's voice. Exactly, we were saying it was me because Dennis was saying something about me drinking and stuff. So everyone's like, so that's how you lost your voice. I was like, Jack.
Voice, man,
Yeah, exactly.
That was easily the most beautiful moment.
But yeah,
And
bro,
we forgot vana bela mine vachiita majehovah's witness for Instagram.
You guys play on Twitter too much. Did you see what was going on Facebook?
Nah, what was going on?
On Bellamine's Facebook. Because I he's running that company, Trip Life.
Yeah.
And they were trying to bring in techno for a show.
Yeah.
On the 24th.
And we are
The
creating
show kept
employment.
being like flip flop. It's still on. I know that the show has been cancelled. Techno is looking forward to coming back. I should come in February. I know show ya veku. I show up.
Vafana vakatocalculate after 21st February movement. Hapana.
Oh,
Would you have
imagine.
gone to the show?
No.
Because there was an actual debate
What
on
the fuck?
Facebook. Like, would you support a Mugabe run company?
Uh,
Even if it's the kids.
people who were participating
no
in
thanks.
that debate vanda kurowa because why are we even having this
But your
discussion?
Like,
favorite
it's a no thanks for
Your
me.
favorite rapper, Simbatex,
And
was on that poster.
do you know here's the thing. When it comes to Zimbabwean artists, I've,
your money.
I've stopped putting them on a pedestal because most of them are just disappointing. When you ukada kuterera danzi ndo ningiri na political views and ningiri, I've come to realize, especially Kuzimipo. Actually, I want to take this opportunity to say sorry to. Actually, I'll apologize at the end because
That's what you've been threatened.
no, not really threatened, but I realized like remind me.
Okay. But yeah,
Mine
that was basically all the days wrapped up.
Yeah.
That was the bulk of it, I guess.
My takeaways from all this is Vedway. Don't come to the timeline and say breaking news. Usina zvaunoziva.
Don't tweet out of your ass.
You have families, Muriva.
Most trending words. I've heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that. According to
Sources say.
unconfirmed reports saying,
Vanhu vada kutsvaga mbiri neku.
So let's talk about our new president.
No, but I also
Idiom.
I want to masoja. Pakadrova nething kufa. Kuita kudrova. Like drowning.
yo,
Time out. Hey. Hey, Dabo. Hey, chwo.
They had some good times. They had some good times. It must have been good for them.
I remember being with Mafesangu. Pa 5 Avenue. Pakapfuura musoja, pakascreamwa. Vakunofunga kuti ndikushaya kuti ndana uyani wasikana. No, it was beautiful.
Yeah, bro. No, the soldiers, hey, they did their better. They're gonna be the face of
vakadzi varume
Mugabe's end.
vakadzi varume vanoshanda kutraffic variko basa kungobira vanhu mari. No, but let's talk about our new president.
So far, we'll give him 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes.
EDM.
Yeah.
EDM.
So
Listen. Ini ndangotaurawo hangu mshana kuti EDM vakaramba vaitaura vari kuita izvo. Vakaenekta 4. Listen.
I would actually.
Listen. Ndikujoina ma-dancing queens.
You twerk for that.
Ndombole pabhodho.
I will place my hands on my knees
Listen.
and twerk.
You give an L to a man who cries.
Listen, Shaki.
If the twerk comes with an if
Shaki.
Mnangagwa
What
keeps,
do you want them to do?
Shaki.
I want him to do it.
of course I want him to.
Shaki.
But that doesn't mean I want to see him
Shaki.
twerking.
That's not a matter of you wanting.
It's not even going to be a voluntary action.
Nice.
Listen, we can draft up a contract right now.
Let's do it. Please, let's do it.
Please, if he annexed 4 of the things that he has spoken about,
Yeah.
and trimming the government, and
No, that's
if,
gonna happen.
and if he trims, we've had people, Baba,
Okay, yeah,
That
okay.
one's a given.
trimming the government and create a economic stabilize and zvekuti tese tinotoona izvi zvekuti anzi zvekuti unobudisa cash woningirina
The stock exchange.
stock exchange yonzi my exchange
That opens up, yeah.
akaningirina pakabuda foreign investment a considerable amount ye-foreign investment yekuti tonzwa kuti China has pledged such and such to kumines kana kuti ku-infrastructure kana kuchichichi. The fourth thing for me would be just climate wise yekuti hapana intimidation yekuti
violence and stuff.
news dziri kubuda is news, that's the things that are actually happening
on the ground.
and we have hapana harassment yekuti vanhu vanoya kunzi comedy show muri kutaura zvisina basa or like just having that environment yekuti muna December people are just hopeful, it's a Christmas.
If that happens, you will twerk.
I'm twerking and
I'm also
making a
twerking for that.
video of it.
Okay,
Just
I'm
twerking.
not gonna make a video.
Listen.
Was the news awake?
No, akusukutombozvinyudza.
You'll make a video and post.
Listen, Nick.
I have to put it on
When you
music.
listen, Nick
I
Inzwa.
have to put it on my music.
Here's where I'm coming from, guys. You have to listen. Listen, guys. Here's where I'm coming from. We're coming from a government. Yekuti week now agapiwa $5 million for graft risina kuitwa, and there is a tender.
Wait. We're going off slightly a bit. You've given your reasons, Kafu.
Yeah.
And it's Shaki one's got my reasons, like,
Yeah, no, I've heard them.
right? Actually, yeah, they recorded.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah.
So yes, we've agreed with you. You're going to take a video of yourself twerking.
Twerk.
Right. Nini, I'm saying I
King
will
twerk.
twerk.
Say you will twerk.
I won't take a video, but what I will do is I'll do that. What I will do is I'll do that upside down. Yeah.
Listen, the way.
Clearly,
I will do that.
you know, clearly, like.
Anyway, when was
coming
the?
from a bad place?
Anyway,
If you're willing to do all these,
this is what it feels like
Coming
to
from
date.
darkness.
This is what it feels like. You know, you understand when women say good dating a fuckboy is a lot of work because you're coming from a 37 years muri relationship muchipfuura nepachicken in. Then it's not even like idi atotunzira kana two piece munhu angouya nezvimasosi zvazvo zvekuchicken in kuti alright muriwo watudya padeni takuisawo sosi yekuningiririka, but I'm here for that. Listen, my standards are so low zvekuti I'm here for all that because
no, I understand what you're saying. Because
Exactly.
There's some people praying for you to fail.
I don't
That's what
understand.
they can say, we told you.
Makes no sense.
You know, we've been through a lot.
I
of
don't understand why people would want us to suffer for the sake of making a point.
And
How much more?
and listen, here's another thing. Yekuti people are still embarrassed to even entertain the possibility of voting for ZANU-PF. But let me make something clear. Hakuna vote inozvarwa ichinzi ndeye opposition. Hakuna. We vote for what is right, for what zviri kushanda.
Mafesa and the opposition guys, they're lazy.
And let me tell you something.
For a
Kudara.
very long time, they've been saying, Pasina Mugabe must go. Now he's gone. They have to actually bring in policy.
Now
Why is
tell
that?
us
Why is that? Why is that?
Exactly.
Why is
They
that?
have to bring in.
Vanaruna Tzigana my way.
They're waiting for the cabinet appointments. And then they're going to start
Kuti
making
was
noise.
nigga.
Yeah.
Amanda, it is not giving them a chance, Baba. Work, but I need that.
God, we-
Aiwa.
And another thing that EDM also did was he gave 3 months for everyone who.
Woo!
Ultimately,
No,
Yeah.
do you know the brilliance of that thing? The brilliance of that.
His people to bring.
Exactly, that's the brilliance, because obviously it wasn't even for other people, it was for his people. Because do you know what it's alienating for you to say with Nick, ndoti tiri ku unplugged, ndoti Nick ayo Nick urunyanya mwadoro mvamkula box I wanna contribute. Like doctor and then the other side.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know. And oh, do you think people are actually going to take it seriously and return their stuff?
fam.
Do you think that's?
Do you know
For them to put out a statement like that, it means they actually know.
They
But-
know. But then I want you to think of
What?
I want you to think of the people
If
who are
they
doing
don't
this.
bring it back,
I want
they'll
you-
simply go and take the
That-
Yeah,
I-
but Shaq, I want you to think of the people who've been
going to
doing
take
this for give or take 20 to 25 years.
Yeah.
I want you to think of about 15 years ago when they're doing the illegal ones, right? Do you think those people are gonna come up front and be honest? Let's just say back in the days of $7 chai chai.
But I'm gonna the brilliance of that amnesty thing is it says no questions will be asked.
Just bring the
You don't even have to shout kutinda dzosa.
Just bring
It's
the
literally,
ad.
but the problem manje
Yeah,
yeta ona
yeah,
shout out
yeah,
shout out to Mumu. Mumu was like shout out to Mumu. Mumu was like, imagine going to our visit and saying that we are yeah. Right, not zigane. Not zigane quality.
And I wake up. Good, you know Wickno
Fam.
Wickno is gonna get so
Yeah, as bubbles are so funny. As imagine making Wickno for money and a year later just ending up with just money. just Wickno. With no money. Wickno, I'm going to moon. Let's do Mburari. Aiwa, guys. Woo!
Okay, yeah, but no, let's end the whole political talk. I think we've done enough for
Just
that.
a little bit. What's happening elsewhere?
Go to Politics and Beyond if you'd like to hear anything more on a serious note when it comes
Isuzu.
to political ones.
This is an politics and above.
Yeah. Yeah, not beyond, but
And
above.
beyond, above. Right, Tagweda Gaga. It's political news. Shout out to Totanganeshi, Justin Bieber and Selena.
Back together.
Justin Bieber is going to bring us the most beautiful album.
Amazing.
Amazing music.
Proof that girls,
Amazing.
proof that after
You know
you
his,
fuck around.
you know his previous album, but that was Purpose. Do you,
I'm worried.
about what?
Number one.
First of all, we talk about twerking.
I watch. If you don't just, if you don't just, if you don't, you don't
What do you have
just
against
Bieber.
Justin Bieber?
Oh,
I have nothing against
I want.
Exactly. So such a exactly. Can you quiet, boy?
Your little sister.
Hey,
No, I have noticed.
I do.
You do? Your little sister listens to Justin Bieber.
I put them on to Justin
I
Bieber.
listen to Justin Bieber.
Didn't I links with you? Terai Munu. I don't even. Yeah. Do you remember Justin Bieber album Regular Pace?
Purpose was it?
No, that was fine. Remember, he was singing for Selena. Remember, where are you? Where are you now? What do you mean?
Where are you now? Why did you say where are you and where are you now?
No, and I mixed up my songs.
Oh, okay.
There was what do you mean, and then there was that one.
Don't
Where
you-
are you now? No, I'm
Why
talking
say
about
where
the
are you now
singles.
again?
No, but that was the song.
Yeah.
Where are you now that I need you? That-
Okay, wait. The moral of
All
the
right.
story. The moral of
Justin
the
Bieber,
story.
so he's bringing us.
The moral of the story is that women will always cry and stay after you cheat. Next one.
Wow.
Our boy Prince Harry.
Woo, woo, woo.
Hey, Shaq,
Prince,
we moved on.
Prince Harry.
Yeah.
Our
Aiwa.
boy Prince Harry.
He's doing out of fight.
Listen, Prince Harry.
Nigga.
Prince Harry, I think tinganazotsvaga heritage ya Prince Harry chachashka. That is his black. Pakati kwa racial draft, I would want Prince Harry on my team.
Yeah,
Because let's
definitely.
look at the zvakaitika. First baby, Rajuna, is older than Prince Harry.
Yeah.
But that's not a problem. Age is not really an issue.
It's
Two,
never.
Babiri is black. We can debate about whether she's really black or not, but she's black.
She's black.
Like
Right?
how black is
But
She's
listen,
mixed, so she's
the
got black
third
in her
issue
side.
now, Bebiru Rorwa, na Prince Harry, is a divorcee. Was previously married.
Okay.
Prince Harry is like, nah, my nigga.
I don't care. I got this.
Prince Harry is
The Queen must be shook right now, bro. Oh, boy coming into.
Did you see
into a monarch? Yeah, it's a rap.
Is that girl an actress or something?
Yeah, on Suits.
Suits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deborah Mike Ross.
Yes.
Upgrade, obvious from college dropout.
Mike and this way go put up in it.
On.
Prince
Prince Harry is
Prince Harry is really rich. It's not just acting
no.
rich.
Prince
We're
Harry is a
talking about.
billionaire, bro.
So what?
He's a prince.
It's not externalized funds.
He's
What's
a
the problem?
prince.
Not that look at wealth
not there.
it's diluted because muno marino biwa. It's
Really.
pretty much the same concept.
You're talking about twerking, marrying for man.
Listen,
Justin Bieber.
we are trying to diversify
These are red
this
flags,
podcast.
gentlemen.
Wait,
Okay, let's move on. Let's
Number 3, it's couple number 5.
let's move on. All
Move
right.
on
Big Sean's ex,
I don't.
the one that he's saying I don't fuck with you.
Apparently, she's
telling us that
violent.
she's crazy.
Yeah.
He told us no, it's not Ariana, man. Naya.
No, Naya Rivera.
Yeah. He told us she was crazy. You know, we took him for a joke. We thought he was just making a
That
banger.
girl went on to get married on the day and the same venue that she was meant to marry Big Sean
Sean.
with somebody else.
What a psycho, bro. What a
Somebody
psycho.
else.
I'm not saying that's proving a point, my guy.
Apana point,
she's
apana-
crazy. What do you think?
She's petty, but she's proving a point.
She's crazy.
There's no guy
point, there's no
guy with my
pettiness there.
invitation I send why chinzi we kumchato wangu na Big Sean.
Next one.
We won't talk about this one. Well, let's go here.
Okay.
Awards. Right. So remember we promised you
Starts in the morning.
Sadza in the
awards.
Morning Awards. They are coming soon. Like we realized we want to do them properly.
Yeah.
We want funding and we're going to do them properly. So we are actually going to announce the categories on Green. Best Athlete, Song of the Year. Obviously,
Nominees. There are going to be so many different
there's so many different nominees. But in the spirit of full disclosure, certain things that you can anticipate. Athlete of the Year, most probably go to Japres.
Yeah, most probably.
Paka Manua.
Probably, yeah. Even Bless of the Year probably
Bless
going to Linda. Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
The way things. Some of these awards are already paid for. Like there's very little we can do. Studio of the Year, Monkey Business, obviously. Like it's we have. Ajna,
Yeah, monkey business. Yeah.
Ajna, you award Arina. You know what the Ajna Gong? It's just my award. I'm not pure. You get a certificate. But like everybody else is going to get what one? Song of the Year. Hes Cantindo.
That's a nominee. I'm not saying that's something.
No, but which else? Hes Cantindo.
He doesn't even know it.
If-
Mosquito.
But
Oh my gosh.
Actually,
right.
next episode I'm giving you that audio.
Right, thank
Hip Hop Artist of the Year. This is obvious. It's obvious.
Wait, why are we talking about this now?
Terry Palmer sofa. No questions asked. No questions. Like no.
What? Did you feel on that cheese pack?
No, I thought you said something else.
Chichi batana, chichi filana, chichi tu, chichi sparkwa.
Not the lyrics, boy.
Fireworks.
Ziva my lyrics. Okay.
So yeah.
Right. I also want to say
Hey, we're not saying it's definitely Kiki. We're saying she's a nominee. Let's not get them hyped.
she's
our votes.
No, like she's up there.
Yeah, for
With the way
for
things.
us.
Ashagi
Wait,
are
but
going
can we say something serious about Kiki? Just 2 seconds, guys. We should actually go out and vote for her. You know, she's one of the only female MCs who's out there. One of the only female MCs who's actually nominated as part of that.
Yeah.
So yes, we joke around and everything.
Yeah.
But please go out and vote.
Also,
for her.
listen, Kiki, if you're listening, I would just want to apologize. I was actually hurt. Somebody
Right.
showed me. Apparently, she thinks Kuti, I'm like really mean.
Oh,
Like to
really?
her. Like she was saying like,
Oh really?
yeah,
You should
yeah,
listen to what you
like,
said about it before.
King Kanduro actually just no, but like
It's all on tape. Or go back a couple of episodes and listen to what
that's
you're
it
saying.
tukutamba. But saka
Sofa.
Kiki tenchi tamba don't ukazondiona don't ningiri ngati.
Anyway,
yourself.
moving on, guys. Voter registration centers are still open.
Yes.
You heard your president. The elections will happen as scheduled. So please.
they will happen as scheduled. And if the president, my president, is continuous this way, your vote is a secret. Akuna.
Nah, my vote is going to ZANU-PF.
This podcast, Test answer is campaign material.
Hey.
No questions asked. You have listen.
Yeah,
Listen.
exactly.
Listen.
Wait, but you know how MDC can shake things up a bit?
How?
If they Changai first advice to step down. Get Chamisa up there and give him something solid to work with.
The problem,
They can actually shake.
the problem is in terms of, and you know they did the whole MDC alliance thing. Chamisa doesn't stand a chance in the context of an MDC alliance because there are way more senior people in that alliance that deserve and that know.
I'm
better.
just saying. I'm just saying.
Like
Like his face is better off than.
But in terms of he can be the MDC.
Hey, let's move on.
Politics.
Shout out.
Politics and above.
Shout out. Real quick.
Right.
Oh, let me start off by saying shout out to Rufaro. Rufaro has a new podcast coming out for the ladies. Hey.
Yeah.
So she has a new podcast coming out. I'll give you all the details you need next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, please look out for that. It's something for you Zim ladies to look forward to.
Yeah, shout out to Stacy in the UK. Shout out to Mafrida. Shout out to Tapiwa Chibebi.
Dr. Fang.
Yeah. Shout out to Tatenda Gutu. San Mariga. Shout out to Nyate. Miss Terry. Shout out to Tiniwana.
Fine young thing.
Oof. Shout out to Shona Sauce.
Oof.
Shout out to Mugo. Shout out to Daisy. Shout out to Tatenda Zingeni. Shout out to Arashe.
Yes.
Shout out to Zico. Shout out to Megs. Megs was pretty excited about this episode.
Yes.
Shout out to Centauri out in Canada. Shout out to Mbongeni Maposa. Shout out to Christ.
Hey, Mugeni is a very good golf player, but you actually have to look off him. Like he's actually very, very good.
That's
very, like seriously good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to Popet. Shout out to Kim. Shout out to Ru. Shout out to Rufaro.
Yes.
Shout out to Sid. Shout out to Becky. Mr. M. Shout out to Marvin. Jimmy. Young Georgia. Shout out to Chambisha. My guy Kudzi. Shout out to Lily. Shout out to Taku Madzingira. Shout out to Just Katie. James Isaac, my guy. Bridget Kiki. Shout out to Obey. Shout out to B Lacy. Shout out to Miri. Miri, I'm sorry it took this long to get you the shout out, but yeah, we appreciate. The thing is this. Not for me. No, I'm now talking to like everybody.
Okay.
So like my shout outs are it's not a representation of the people that listen to the Negrigan. Like it's very difficult to put down all the names for especially this past week considering there was a lot happening.
Yeah.
So akusiku kangana because we don't appreciate, but we appreciate. Thank you guys for listening and rocking.
We genuinely do.
This episode, this entire podcast would be nothing without you guys.
Absolutely nothing.
We also, but pamuruturegira pama ecocash. And it's a new Zimbabwe. Guys, zvanyaara. Ameno pangwe guys.
Gatvape number. 0772
Yeah.
767
Yeah.
197.
Screw.
Hey, wait, we have to thank someone. Someone sent us EcoCash.
Yeah. Oh no, that was San Mariga and Bilas.
Oh yeah, yes. Shout out to you
Shout
guys.
out to you guys.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to Trillary.
Baby gal.
HBZ.
Is that she? Okay.
No, that's Hillary.
Yeah, that's right.
Shout out to Shoko. Oh yes, Shoko. He put me on. I actually just for David Shoko. So guys, if you're listening to this, if you're listening to the podcast via Apple, please go and rate the podcast 5-star because it means could we go up my ratings like podcast wise.
Okay.
And it generates traffic towards us, and that's how we might actually be able to monetize this podcast. So
there
please go rate the podcast. Like if you're listening via the podcast app, go to play such a 5-star.
Yes.
You
iPhone users.
Yeah. Safari.
Can I just say it though? Can I just say it?
What?
Can I say it? What we're talking about? Alright guys, we'll see you again
we'll see you guys next week with the awards.
Yes. So next week will be a special. Special episode.
Makadini muri right there. Niwe unofira Mike here. Shabini for the night. ndiyo saka ndinonzi ice but you can call me Mr. Ndipe Sadza ukaona hari yangu unofara nyama yangu unokara buruvos ukarara uyakwira